Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we have Historic Pauper again. This is a pretty fun format. Historic is just a good format on Arena in general, and Pauper indicates that all we're running in our 60-card constructed deck is commons and basic lands. So, fun deck building restriction. That would have been even more fun if I had realized that the Magic Arena team sort of runs its own ban list for Historic Pauper. Something I wasn't aware of when I put together a sweet Jund list for this week and had a lot of fun testing it, and then realized I couldn't play it in this event. So that's why this video is up a little late. I had to throw together a version of the Pact Terror mono black deck that's been going around for a little while. I think my version is pretty fun, but let's take a look at the list right now. So the idea behind this deck is mostly the Pact Terror card. This is a 3 and a black, 3/4 artifact creature toy that has an artifact fall trigger and an interest trigger. When it or another artifact enters, we drain each opponent for 1 life. They lose 1, we gain 1. So we're built around this sort of drain effect in a bunch of ways. We've got Cornered by Black Mages, which is a 3-mana edict that makes a Final Fantasy Black Mage, a 0/1 wizard that does a damage to an opponent when we cast a non-creature spell. So sort of like a little weenie version of Gutter Snipe. We have Tithing Blade, which technically is 1 and a black for an artifact that just edicts an opponent's creature, but we can craft it with a creature, either exiling a creature we control or 1 in our graveyard, plus paying 4 and a black to transform it into Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Beginning of our upkeep, each opponent loses 1 and we gain 1, so that's pretty fun. We've got Black Mage's Rod as well. This is a 1 and a black equipment with Job Select that gives the equipped creature +1/+0 and the Black Mage trigger, and it can equip for 3. So what's nice about this is this will trigger our Black Mage tokens because it is not a creature card, it's an artifact card. So of course that also triggers Pact Terror when the Rod comes in. And we're running 4 Hopeless Nightmares just because they're cheap. We can get some value out of sacrificing them later, and they come in and force an opponent to discard and lose 2 life. That's pretty good. Once we sacrifice it later, we can get some scry out of that. We can also use this for another use, which we'll go over in just a moment. We have a lot of cards that draw cards in here. We've got 3 different kinds of cards, rather, that are just 1 and a black and sack an artifact or creature to draw 2 cards. Deadly Dispute gives us a treasure as well, so that's artifact fall for us. Fanatical Offering gives us a map instead of the treasure, so same thing for artifact fall. And Eviscerator's Insight doesn't give us anything beyond the cards, but we can flash it back. So this is a nice way to get a little bit more value later on once we've got the mana for it, if we need to get to that point. We're also running 4 Ichor Wellsprings. I've seen the Mephitic Draughts in this deck, which is just, a worse Ichor Wellspring, because it's 1 and a black for this same effect, which is just 2 generic mana. This enters or goes to the graveyard, we draw a card. Mephitic Draught also does damage to us, so we don't need that. So we're running 4 of these. And we have Rowan's Grim Search, which is 2 and a black for an instant with Bargain that lets us draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. But if we bargained it, meaning when we cast it, if we sacrificed an artifact, enchantment, or token, so we've got lots of artifacts, we've got enchantments in the form of Hopeless Nightmare, and we've got some tokens if we need to do that. If we do that, instead of just drawing 2 and losing 2, we get to look at the top 4 first and put 2 in our graveyard and put the other 2 back in any order. So we get to pick of the top 4 which 2 we want to draw, basically, and entomb the other ones. So, or mill, I guess, the other ones if you wish. So yeah, good selection for us there. We're running a little bit of removal that we haven't seen. Cornered by Black Mages and Tithing Blade are edict effects. Grim Bauble is an artifact for 1 that does -2/2 to a creature that an opponent controls, so that's triggering our Pact Terror and our Black Mage's Rod, our Black Mages in general, but also getting rid of something. Unfortunately, it's sorcery speed, but that's how it goes. And much like our Hopeless Nightmare, we can pay 2 and a black and sack it and surveil 2, so that's kind of nice. We're also running 2 Echoing Decays, which are just 2 mana instants that are in here to kill token decks, or if we run into someone who is playing, Heir Apparent. This is an instant that kills a creature, that gives a creature -2/2, and does the same thing to all other creatures with the same name. So we can kill a bunch of tokens. We can hopefully kill, the Heir itself, that sort of thing. Only 2 of these, so it's not that reliable, but it's nice to be able to have another little bonus bit of removal. Beyond that, we're running 22 lands, 4 of which are Vault of Whispers, just because they are artifacts, so they'll trigger Pact Terror for us. And they're also something that we can sacrifice to Deadly Dispute, Eviscerator's Insight, or Fanatical Offering, or I guess Rowan's Grim Search, if we need more cards rather than our lands. And that is our deck. We're packing it up, toys. So let's get into our gameplay for the week. Thanks for watching, everyone, ahead of time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified when my videos go up. And we're right into game 1 against Annoyed. Unusual spelling, but I like it. All right, this is an okay opening hand. Never mind, we're done. I guess our opponent was just too annoyed. Good game, opponent. We're going to go on to claim our prize, I guess. Rediscover the Way, cool, from TDM. And let's keep going. All right, technically game 2 against AOL Free Disk User. Oh, this may be a very laggy game if their experience is the same as what I used to have with AOL way back in the day. We'll keep this. Because we don't have any... we're going to go ahead and Hopeless Nightmare them. Because we don't have any cards that... or any lands that come in tapped, we can hold our Vault of Whispers for as long as we're able to, hoping that we draw a Pact Terror and can get it into play before we play the Vault, because it's just a free trigger. Alright, they're playing red, Bittersplit Gremlin. This looks like it might be just a Pinger's deck. Alright, they've got Swiftwater Cliffs. That is illegal. You're not allowed to gain life, opponent, so we're going to keep going. Oh, they've got the Spirited Companion and a Bittersplit Gremlin. Sounds fine. And do they have a second spell? They have an opt or something to trigger the Gremlin? You do have to pay to ping, unfortunately. I really like the Ortheon flavor text for the Gremlin. Yeah, I think what we do, since we've got the mana for it, we might as well play the Big Edict so that we can get out our own pinger. If you are interested in Ortheon, I did a commander deck based on Ortheon Hero of Lavabrink from the March of the Machine Jumpstart Legends. So check out the video's description for the link to that deck list, or deck video, I guess. We've got a Soul Knife Spy. It's just an Ophidian. Seems good. Well, we're going to play a Swamp, and we're going to Grim Bobble this Soul Knife Spy to death, and leave ourselves open for a Fanatical Offering, or maybe an Eviscerator's Insight on our opponent's turn. Probably Eviscerator's Insight, since we don't need the map token right now. We don't get any value out of having it just in play. Another reason why Eviscerator's Insight is nice. If we don't get anything from that map token other than just having the map token, we might as well put this on our graveyard so we can use it again later. All right, opponent's thinking about it. All right, we've got another mountain. Hey, are they using Throne of Eldraine lands? Nice. Love that. Ooh, Plundering Barbarian, cool. Comes in, they get to destroy an artifact or create a treasure. I assume they're going to make a treasure, but they might get rid of our Bauble, I suppose. If they get rid of our Bauble, I'm going to make them very sad. I guess they still have a 2/2 for 2. It's not nothing. Yep. Eviscerator's Insight. We're going to sack our own. Get a ping from that. Draw 2 cards. 2 Black Mage's Rod. Not bad. Alright. What do they have for us? Seems like they are just hanging out, burning their rope. Do we have flavor text here? No, unfortunately. It's a cool AFR card. I haven't seen it in a long time. Just a Grey Ogre. Okay, well, we're going to Black Mage's Rod. Get a ping. Make a Black Mage. And then play another Black Mage's Rod and get 2 pings from each of our Black Mages we already have in play. And we'll go ahead and play our Vault of Whispers and pass. Alright, they've got 5 mana, including 2 blue now. I love they're running these Eldraine lands. Cool. Good dog. Thinking about it, they're going to Dragon's Fire one of our mages. That's fine. So our Black Mage's Rod doesn't do anything for us anymore. We can pay 3 to re-equip it. It's maybe something we'll do if we don't draw anything else, any other good action this turn. But it might be better to just Fanatical Offering into a Fanatical Offering. I don't mind taking the damage. Okay, we've got a swamp. Let's go ahead and put the rod on the other Black Mage. Get in for 3. And we will... Yeah. I think we can just pass the turn. This is River's Favor. This is just an arena basic card. Huh. Okay. Did this opponent make a historic Pauper deck during AFR and just sort of never update it? Possible. Oh, my very favorite island in all of Magic, this Mark Pool. I think it's Eldraine 257, I believe. Awesome. I could look at that all day. Alright, we're thinking about it. And... Fanatical Offering on their end step. Oh yeah, I guess I've got to sacrifice a token, haven't I? I can't sacrifice the Hopeless Nightmare. We'll sacrifice this Vault of Whispers, that's fine. Get a couple triggers, 3 triggers. They go to 8, we'll draw 2, we'll make a map. Alright, another Black Mage's Rod, crazy. Alright, opponent. You've only got 1 card in hand, but you've got 6 mana. What are you doing? Nothing? Alright. Well, we've got a Pact Terror, but we can't cast anything else with it. So we might as well cast yet another Black Mage's Rod. Get 3 triggers. And then we'll cast our Ichor Wellspring and get 4 triggers. They will go to 1. Living Tempest comes in, that's fine. We've got a 3/3 flyer. And if we draw a land here, we win, because we can just cast Fanatical Offering. And we do. Good game, opponent. Yeah, good game, AOL Free Disc user. That was fun. A little slow, but our deck is working. It seems good. Hey, gems from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We've got a couple of those cards in our deck. That's fine. I do wish, rather than 20 gems, we could get, you know, a different rare, because I'm definitely not rare complete. But, oh well. Alright, Game 3 versus Moyman. Hello, Moyman. This is an okay opening hand. We can at least get to a creature. And we've got a Pact Terror. I like that. Black Mage's Rod. If they play a creature, we will Tithing Blade. If they don't, Black Mage's Rod. That's a heir apparent. My least beloved of options. Well, we'll Tithing Blade first. This way we can Black Mage's Rod and Grimbauble next turn to kill their next heir. Ooh, Edge of Eternity's lands. Gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with a heir apparent deck. I just don't like them. I think they're boring. I've had more fun with other archetypes. We're gonna edict them again with Cornered by Black Mages to get ourselves a Black Mage. That way, if next turn we draw a land, we can... Oh, never mind. Moyman has had enough. Good game, opponent. Well, that was our third game, so we get our cosmetic prize, which is... Ooh, it's Withering Curse. Cool. What a sweet card. Huh. Alright, well, let's keep patching it up, toys. Alright. Jacinto El Hipster is our game 4. We are okay with this hand. I actually really like Pauper. I like cheap cards, both in mana cost and in currency. I like these sort of low-to-the-ground synergy things. Ooh, we're considering Delectable Tea or Deadly Poison. Okay. We'll play this Black Mage's Rod to start things off. We can Hopeless Nightmare later. We're continuing to consider. They've got a sleight of hand in their graveyard. Is this... Okay, we're black and blue. Is this the... Oh, Lorien Revealed gets cycled. Wow. For an island. Island cycled, of course. So, is this the Tolarian Terror deck? I'm assuming it is. Let's go ahead and get in with our Black Mage. Play an additional Black Mage, triggering the first. And let's help them out, I guess, by playing a Hopeless Nightmare. It does 2 damage to them, but it lets them put yet another instant or sorcery in their graveyard to make their Tolarian Terror even bigger. Yep, another sleight of hand. And they use their third Consider. Keeping it on top, drawing, and drawing for turn. They've got their Tolarian Terror. Okay, seems good. We are going to do the best we can. I mean, it's a 5/5 with Ward 2, so they played it for 1. They've only got 3 more of these, but... Oh, Treasure Cruise. Wow. Okay, they're going to just Ancestral Recall. That seems pretty good for them. Make their land drop. We will play this Vault of Whispers and get out one of our Pact dolls. Drain them for 1. What's nice is we can just take the damage, at least for a little bit, and keep trying to drain them a little bit more each time. And eventually maybe tank an extra hit because we've gained enough life. I guess we've technically already done that. Okay, another Consider. Is this their 4th Consider? Yep. Wow. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll play another Pact doll. I sure wish I had something better to trigger more things, but they anoint with Affliction to get rid of one of our little friends. That's okay. Well, we'll play the Pact doll first, triggering the other Pact doll when it hits. Nope, just get an Essence Scatter. That's a shame. We at least get a trigger on this Vault of Whispers. That's fine. We'll get in for 5, though. We're not worried about them bringing us to 12 when they're at 6. That's enough. Good game, opponent. All right. That was game 4. We are undefeated so far, technically. I mean, the first game wasn't really a game. But we'll keep it going. I'm having fun. I like these little synergistic decks. It's fun to race your opponents. All right, into game 5 versus Mintman with this really great Vivian avatar. I guess this was like a winter reward. We'll keep this. We've got a couple of Grim Baubles, nothing to do with them yet. Festival Crasher doesn't die to Grim Bauble unless we do 2 of them. So we're going to play the Black Mage's Rod instead. Festival Crasher does care about instants and sorceries, so this is sort of a Kiln Fiend that we need to think about. Oh, we got Fibblethip. Hey, Fibblethip. Ancestral Anger, wow. We're going hard with this. Yeah, I will not block. Another Festival Crasher. That's not good for us. Because we really can't double Grim Bauble. We'll play one. Get a trigger. Kill one of their Festival Crashers by playing the other one as well, of course. And that's not ideal. So we're probably going to take a bunch of damage this turn. Suppose we could have attacked. But a little worried about what they have. Of course they've got Trample now, so we didn't know. Another Ancestral Anger, okay. Huge amount of damage. We take it all. Have even more? Barge in, wow. Well, do we die? We're very close, and we lose our Black Mage in the process. Shame. Well, Hopeless Nightmare seems like a good description of this game. We're going to Eviscerator's Insight, eating this Grim Bauble. Hope to find something we can use. Nothing, huh? Well, we'll Deadly Dispute just for fun. Tithing Blade would have done it, but we don't have the mana for it now. We will just play our Hopeless Nightmare. Hopefully they didn't have a spell in hand anyway, and then they don't draw one now. I mean, if they draw one, we're just done. But if they drew another mountain... Nope, Burst Lightning will do it. Good game, Mintman. That was game 5. And our first loss. May not be our last. Let's keep going. Alright, it's game 6 against Ace Spec, who's also the Bargler. Spider-Man meme. Okay. This is fine. We can do something with this. Maybe turn 1 Grim Bauble, turn 2 Deadly Dispute? Maybe not. They don't have anything for us to kill with it yet. Oh, we could have Hopeless Nightmared, I guess. Oh well. We'll wait on it. Let's see what they've got. Alright. So they're thinking about things. We'll Hopeless Nightmare now. Maybe they've got a Quench. Oh, they're 4-cycling Rocksteady. Interesting. And what do they discard? Oh, the Studious First Year. That's cute. Okay. If they play one of those, we can kill it with the Grim Bauble. They're going to cultivate. Alright. Opponent is ramping pretty well. We're in Simic colors, and we've still got to wait another turn to do anything good. So we can Hopeless Nightmare to scry at least. Alright, 5 mana. Vine Shaper Prodigy. Kicked. When it comes in, they look at the top 3, 1 in the hand and the rest on their bottom. On the bottom. Okay. They get their Studious First Year. That's cool. We can Grim Bauble that on our turn if we want to. I think we'll Hopeless Nightmare. We've got a Vault of Whispers and a Rowan's Grim Search. Let's bottom Rowan's. We'll get the Vault. Maybe we just kill both of these things. That's okay with me. Sets us up for a little bit later. We can, in fact, Deadly Dispute away the Grimbauble, draw a couple of cards, and we've got another Grimbauble. Nice. We could have just used Echoing Decay with the treasure, but this is even better. Alright. Opponent's got 6 mana. We've got 5. They've got a Fractal Mascot. This is a 6/6 that does nothing else. I would love to Pact Doll Terror, but I think we need to Cornered by Black Mages right here. Just get rid of their mascot. And maybe we Deadly Dispute using our treasure and making another treasure with our Grimbauble to get a trigger with our Black Mage. Do we draw just a regular swamp? We don't. So we're just going to play the Vault of Whispers here. And I think we'll just go ahead and play out the Black Mage's Rod. Get another trigger, have ourselves another body. Can't hurt. We've got Page Loose Leaf. They bounce our Black Mage token. This lets them find an instant or sorcery. That's kind of cool. Alright, we've got a Swamp. We've got a Pact Doll and enough mana to pay for their Quench if they have it, which they don't. That's good. And I think... let's go ahead and attack. They take it. We can pass. And if we want to Eviscerator's Insight, we sure can. They've got 8 mana with a Terrafractal up there. Gains them 2. And they've got a 6 mana card. Echoing Decay might be nice on Page. I think we just pass here. Alright. We can Echoing Decay and Cornered by Black Mages to get rid of both of their creatures. It's pretty good. Gives us a trigger. And 5 damage. Seems okay. Terrafractal, we got another one to deal with. We got a Vault of Whispers to trigger our Pact Doll. We can Rowan's Grim Search here, and I think we will with our Vault of Whispers. Just throw that away. Get some triggers. They're at 7. We find Fanatical Offering and Echoing Decay. We don't really need more land, so we'll just take the 2 spells. And I suppose we Fanatical Offering away this other Vault of Whispers to get all the triggers we can get. Draw. And we've got a Tithing Blade. Great. And that'll do it. Good game, opponent. Good game, Ace Spec. Ace's Peck, maybe? Either way. But that was game 6. Good. That's fun. Feel like there is at least one card we haven't seen much of in this deck, but I could be wrong. Alright. It's game 7 versus Rim with the Yargle avatar. Love Yargle. This opener, this is fine. We can Ichor Wellspring on turn 1 and then Deadly Dispute into something else. That'll be okay. Ichor Wellspring on turn 2, I mean. Alright. Fountain Port Bell lets them find a basic and put it on top, and then crack it to draw a card. Sure, we'll play this Black Mage's Rod first then. Sweet. Sunshot Militia, what a cool card. Tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures to do 1 damage to each opponent. I like that. So not great for us, but we can make it work. We'll play our Ichor Wellspring, get a little damage, get a card. Ooh, we got a Pact Terror. Great. We can play that next turn. They're going to take out our Black Mage. Sure, we'll put it on top. It's a token, so it doesn't matter. They can get in for 1. That seems good. All right. We will play our Pact Terror. Steal that life back from them. Let's see what they do here. Benthic Criminologists. When it enters, they can sack an artifact to draw a card. Seems good. I don't mind sacking artifacts to draw cards either. Vault of Whispers to trigger our Pact Terror. We will... Cornered by Black Mages, I think, to get rid of their Sunshot Melissa, because they're not going to throw away their Criminologists. And then we will swing in with our Pact Terror. And if they block, Echoing Decay, get a trigger, kill their Criminologists, and we pass. We've got the Oreplate Pangolin, from Edge of Eternities. That's cool. They get artifacts in, they can pay mana to make it bigger. Magnifying Glass is just a mana rock. That seems good. We'll play another Pact Terror, I think. Trigger it and the original. And we will have them discard their last card. Plus a nice trigger. Oh, and that's enough. Good game, Rim. All right. That was game 7. We are doing just fine so far. We're 6-1. So let's keep it rolling. Okay. Game 8 versus Forest Dump. All right. With the Sarkhan avatar. This is a spicy opening hand. 4 edicts and 3 lands. Yeah, let's do it. That seems fun. It's not a good hand, but it is a funny hand. Greedy Freebooter actually helps them if we use this. But we're gonna do it. That's funny. I don't mind losing this game against Forest Dump with our meme hand. Sometimes you just want to play for funsies. What's this? Ooh, this is awesome. What a cool sleeve. Pilfer. Yep. Enjoy our 4 removal spells and an artifact land. Yeah, they've seen it already, so we'll play our Vault, I guess. And just pass. Duress is... Sure. Yep. Our edicts are killing their cards in hand, kind of. So that's kind of funny. We will play our Black Mage's Rod. They may have removal for it. And if so, that's fine. Gets us 1 step closer to crafting with the Tithing Blade. Using that rod. Would like to sacrifice it first to something, to one of our Eviscerator's Insight or something like that. Okay, we've got the Snail. They're going all in on the hand attack, so we exile Cornered by Black Mages from our hand. And do they have another one? Derelict Attic. They draw 2 and lose 2. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and play our Cornered by Black Mages, I suppose. Kill their Snail, do a point of damage to them, and then 2 more in combat. And if they want to hand attack us again, I don't mind losing Rowan's Grim Search. Ravenous Gigamole from the Brothers' War. Mill 3 and put a counter on it, or put a creature card from one of the ones you milled into your hand, which they choose to get the Skullcaps, or the Burglar Rat. Okay. Burglar Rat, huh? They've got plenty of mana to keep forcing us to discard. So I feel like we want a Rowan's Grim Search here. And we're not going to get to the point where we're Tithing Blading, so we're just going to eat the Tithing Blade, get a couple triggers from our Black Mages, get a little selection. Well, only a very little selection. It seems good. And we'll draw these cards, I suppose. And that puts us back in kind of the same situation we were in, except 2 more triggers and another Black Mage in play. And that's it for us. So if they Skullcap Snail, obviously we lose our Cornered by Black Mages. Rampaging Spiketail, that's a big one. Makes their Gigamole indestructible, and a 4/3 we will not block. And it will cost them their Gigamole, because I assume they're going to keep the Spiketail. But we are going to do 6 damage to them this turn. Play our Ichor Wellspring, do the other 3 damage, or 4 now actually. So we get our Wellspring, and we'll draw a card that we will have to lose. Oh, unless we play it. Seems good. Alright. Playing empty-handed can be stressful. But I'm not that worried. Now the Burglar Rat doesn't do anything to us. It's just a 1/1. Do they attack with their Spiketail? They don't. They need to block. Well, we can Tithing Blade. Do 4 damage to them and win the game. Good game for Stump. I was not feeling very confident about that one, but we got there. Pretty good. I've definitely made one of these midweek Magic decks in the past that was probably one of the on the edge decks. There was Final Fantasy, where it had an awful lot of Black Mages. We were doing red-black, sort of Black Mage typal. It was pretty fun. Anyway, it's Game 9 versus Bloomberg. I'll try to remember to link that Black Mage's deck in the video's description. This is fine. We'll hang on to this. Hello to you as well. Appa zoops in. We're going to Vicious Rumors. We have to discard something. We will discard this, this swamp, I suppose. And we mill a swamp too, unfortunate. Well, we can at least Ichor Wellspring on turn 2 to try and draw more. Ooh, they're going to drain us as well. We will play the Ichor Wellspring, draw up a little bit. Okay, we have different ways to kill the Bloodsucker now. But if they've got like a white-black gain and drain thing, ooh, these are cool lands they've chosen. Raul Vitale, David Alvarez, neat. Alright, a little bit of crime happening. Sungrace Pegasus. Alright, we can kill both of these. Not the same turn, unless we use our Echoing Decay, which I guess we could. I think I would rather Cornered by Black Mages, hoping to just be a little bit more efficient with our mana. Okay. They're still going to gain life from the Bloodsucker. Hopeless Nightmare seems good. Yeah, we will throw away our other Cornered by Black Mages because we want our Deadly Dispute. Sungrace Pegasus seems fine. They attack with the Bloodsucker and we do not block. We did draw land, so we're okay. I think we can Pact it all and just sort of build to our future. We get a life back, but then they take it back immediately. Sungrace Pegasus is just a 1/2 flying lifelink. Okay. Alright, we lose our Pact it all, but it costs them 4 life, which is fine with me. So we go down to 10. They go up to 20. We can Hopeless Nightmare them too if we want. I think I want a Deadly Dispute first. Eat the Ichor Wellspring, draw 3 and make a treasure. Okay, we do get land. Got a couple Black Mage's rods, but I feel like it's smarter to go ahead and kill some things. Or we can split the difference, it's fine. We'll play 1 Black Mage's rod. We'll play Grim Bobble. And kill the Bloodsucker, I think. And then we just pass. They're down to 16. We're doing okay. Core Skyfisher. Lets them bounce their Hopeless Nightmare so they can replay it. That's okay with me. I think we get rid of our own Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, we can get our Pact Terror back. Let's do that. And then Black Mage's Rod to get 3 different triggers. 2 from our present Black Mages, and when the Rod hits, we get our Pact Terror trigger. That is okay. Can't get past the Core Skyfisher, but we're all right now. Our opponent's stuck on land, which may be why they're playing the way they are. They got another Skyfisher. All right, we're going to lose our Echoing Decay as they bounce their Hopeless Nightmare. We can Grim Bobble during our upkeep. Let's do that. Just see what we're going to draw. Fanatical Offering and Eviscerator's Insight. Are either of these worth it for us? We can't really get past... We'll put the Eviscerator's Insight in the graveyard, draw our Fanatical Offering, and cast it. We're going to lose one of our hero tokens, I think. Because we can't attack in very well anyway. So we get a couple of triggers here. We'll get a Pact Terror trigger, which we need in order to not die. And then we'll attack with the Terror, I suppose. We may die here anyway. We go to 1 on board. Actually, no, they've got Hopeless Nightmare. We're done. Good game, opponent. Yeah, see, they've got 5 in the air, and there's 2 here. We lose, cornered by Black Mages, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, you need to play that. But that's it. Good game, Bloomberg. All right. We are still 7-2. Let's see if we can round this off with one more win. And we're right into game 10 versus Pete. Hey, Pete, who's also the Bargler with a sweet Squall avatar. I've got a cool Squall deck. I will link that in the video's description as well. All right. We've got a turn 1 play, either way. Swamp, Hopeless Nightmare. Do we bobble them? Nope, doesn't look like. We will just pass. I wish Fanatical Offering, Eviscerator's Insight, these kind of cards could deal with, could sacrifice our Hopeless Nightmare. Would be nice. But it's okay, because we can Grim Bobble away their Compassionate Healer. And then Eviscerator's Insight that bobble on their turn. We're not Fanatical Offering it because that will make a map, which we can use on our Pact Terror. Eviscerator's Insight, eat the bobble, draw 2. Okay. Another regular Swamp. Avatar Enthusiasts. That's okay. We're going to play our Pact and drain them from 1. And we'll see what happens next turn. We'll have 5 mana, so we can Cornered by Black Mages. And then one of the other 2? I guess sacrificing our Black Mage? That's possible. Or we could sacrifice our Vault of Whispers. Oh, Path of Redemption only shuts down attacking and blocking. Totally okay with me. So, Vault of Whispers. Cornered by Black Mages. And that's enough for him. Good game, Pete. I think we can play one more. We're 7-3, or I'm sorry, we're 8-2. So this is game 11 versus, oh, what an amazing new Dina avatar. I didn't even know this was out. Versus JJ. Oh, I'm so excited about that Dina avatar. I don't even care if we win. Let's see how it goes. Here's a swamp, and let's see how hopeless their nightmare is. They've got rad silver quill sleeves. Awesome Dina avatar. Commencement of festivities. Fog? Duress? Is this Golgari? Wait, what's happening? What are we playing against? I don't know this deck at all. This is exciting. Alright. I assume they don't take the Terror, but they might. I would have taken the Ichor Wellspring, because that was what we're going to be able to do this turn. Alright, we've drawn a card. Not ideal as a hand for us, especially if they have more, hand attack. But we'll see how it goes. They've got their own Ichor Wellspring. Seems good. We can Deadly Dispute now if we choose to. I will not choose to. I'll wait until our opponent's turn. Because Duress can't hit creatures. So if they Duress us again, we might draw something they can Duress, but I think this is still fine. A little Deadly Dispute now, eating the Wellspring so we can draw 3. We get a Fanatical Offering, Rowan's Grim Search, and a Black Mage's Rod. Seems good. So I assume they've got removal for this Pact Terror. And if so, that is okay with me. Deadly Dispute of their own. Alright, they draw a bunch of cards, make a treasure. They're thinking about removal right now. Or a different Deadly Dispute, sacrificing their Tree of Tales. Or their Vault of Wisdom. Yeah, they Fanatical Offering away one of their artifact lands. Wow. They Stone Rain themselves to get even more cards. What could this be? Okay, Thriving Moor, naming green. They've got 2 mana. And another Ichor Wellspring, so they're going to have to discard to hand size now. They throw away another Thriving land. Okay, well, we'll play our... Do we just do 2 Black Mage's Rods? Vault of Whispers to trigger the Pact Terror. Black Mage's Rod. Trigger itself and the Pact. Second Black Mage's Rod. Trigger the first Black Mage. Trigger itself and the Pact. Attack in. Put them at 10 and pass the turn. And we can Fanatical Offering away our own Vault of Whispers to get even more triggers. Putting us at 25 and them at 7, I believe. Alright, they've got Limbus. Scry 1 and draw. And then they can eat that to save them, so maybe they're not at 7 yet. We're going to Fanatical Offering. Take our triggers. Sack the Vault. They might just eat their Limbus now. I assume they do not, but we'll see. Alright, we got a swamp. We're going to Rowan's Grim Search. Bargaining away our map. Could have done the Hopeless Nightmare, I guess, but we got another Rowan's Grim Search. Multiple triggers here. Let's see what we get. Another Pact Terror would be nice. Hopeless Nightmare is not bad. Let's get the Rod, and let's get a removal spell. Just in case. Don't know what else they've got going on. Here's the Rod. It gives us enough triggers to kill them, I think. So we're about to do 7 to them. They've only got 5 life. Haze of Pollen. Oh, I forgot they've got Fogs. I'm going to give them a nice. Very cool. Crazy. What are they doing with fogs in their deck? I'm so interested by this. And we've got 9 more damage on the board. And they're at 5 life, essentially, with their Limbus. Unless they're going to keep fogging. Haze of Pollen is 2. Commencement of Festivities is 2. Way back in the mid-90s, when I first started playing Magic, I had a mono-green deck that ran 4 actual factual fogs. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. It was not great, but no one saw it coming. So, yeah, we're gonna just play this Pact Terror, forcing them to eat their Limbus, and that kills them, because we've got Drain triggers. Fog doesn't save them from that. That's it. Good game, JJ. What a cool last game. And we are 9-2. Sweet. Yeah. So, as I mentioned before, the deck list for my version of this Pact Terror deck is going to be linked in the video's description. Thanks for joining me. This is Midweek Magic, Historic Pauper. I always like the events where we get to build our own constructed deck, whether it's a 60-card deck or a Brawl deck or something, but just a lot of fun every time we get to do an event like this. And once you've gotten your 3 wins, it doesn't matter how many more times you want to play, you can keep going for the 48 plus hours. I don't know if it's exactly 48 hours that Midweek Magic lasts every week. So yeah, that'll do it for us today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live, particularly the Secrets of Strixhaven Thursdays, when I'm releasing a new commander deck for each of those. Become a member of the channel if you are so inclined. And remember that magic is fun. You should play more Magic.